Ready to swap those winter chills for something a bit more, well, Mexico.
Sounds good to me.
This deep dive is all about Mexico. Think vibrant cities, ancient ruins, and beaches. Oh, the beaches.
Sounds pretty dreamy right about now.
We've got excerpts from Wander Mexico, a travel book our listener sent over, and it is packed with details.
It really is.
So think of this as your personal travel guide, plucking out the most fascinating, most useful bits to inspire a potential trip.
It's kind of amazing how Wander Mexico just dives right in, doesn't it? You've got geography, history, food, festivals, even hidden gems.
Yeah, it really does. So first up, geographically speaking, Mexico is a land of contrasts. We're talking mountains.
Well, wait,
The Sierra Madres, they run down the spine of the country, right?
That's right, yeah.
Then you've got lush jungles. Think arid deserts dotted with those iconic massive cacti
Gotta love a good cactus.
and a coastline.
Right.
Seriously, it just stretches forever.
And with all that geographical diversity comes this huge range of climates. I mean, you could be hiking in cool mountain air one day.
All right.
And then basking on a sunny beach the next.
That's such a good point for anyone planning a trip.
It is. Wander Mexico actually really pushes you to think about what you're looking for in an experience right from the start. Do you want that sun? Or are you thinking more like layers, hiking boots?
It's not just one Mexico experience. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing.
Exactly.
And speaking of adventure, this book dives into the ancient civilizations that thrived in these landscapes. The Olmec, the Maya, and the Aztec.
The Olmec, wow.
It's incredible how advanced they were, and the ruins they left behind are just mind-blowing.
I know.
Chichen Itza, for example, with that famous pyramid aligned with the equinoxes,
Yeah.
it makes you think, about how ancient cultures wove astronomy into their buildings.
It really does. It makes you wonder what it must have been like to be there, to witness those events, knowing what they meant. And you're so right to mention the Olmec. I mean, they're considered the mother culture of Mesoamerica. So much of what came after was influenced by them.
It's incredible how those echoes from the past still resonate today.
They do.
And while we're on a topic of history, Wander Mexico hints at the mysteries surrounding Teotihuacan. This massive city, built by a civilization we don't really know much about, still has archaeologists and historians scratching their heads.
Such a mystery.
It reminds you that Mexico's history is just full of these captivating enigmas waiting to be unraveled.
It adds to the allure, doesn't it? That sense of mystery.
It totally does.
But let's be honest, no trip to Mexico would be complete without experiencing that incredible coastline.
Oh, for sure.
Wander Mexico raves about places like Cancun, Tulum, Puerto Vallarta.
I mean, picture this. Pristine white sand beaches, crystal clear turquoise waters, and endless sunshine.
It's the dream, right?
It totally is. But what's interesting is that the book highlights the different vibe of each location.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Cancun, it's known for that legendary party atmosphere.
It is.
While Tulum has cultivated this more bohemian, kind of eco-conscious scene.
Exactly. And if you're looking for something in between, right. Wander Mexico even suggests checking out the quieter side of Cancun's hotel zone if you're not looking for that full-on party vibe.
So it really comes down to, what kind of beach experience are you craving? Dancing till dawn or finding your zen?
Good question.
And the book emphasizes that Mexico's coast offers so much more than just, lounging on the sand. We're talking snorkeling in coral reefs teeming with life.
Oh, amazing.
Diving with diverse marine creatures, maybe even surfing.
It's the second largest barrier reef system in the world, and it runs along a big chunk of the Mexican coast. It's like this huge underwater wonderland just waiting to be explored.
It's fantastic that they're taking steps to protect these natural wonders, though,
Yeah.
with all the focus on responsible tourism and conservation efforts.
It is.
Yeah, and for those thrill seekers, the book mentions Puerto Escondido,
Oh, yeah.
famous for those massive waves.
Those waves are legendary, especially if you're a surfer. Wander Mexico even describes how even experienced surfers get an adrenaline rush from the sheer power of the ocean there. It's intense.
Okay, so we've explored the coast. Now let's head inland. Wander Mexico describes Mexico City as this vibrant, energetic metropolis where you've got ancient history colliding with modern life. Just imagine standing in the Zocalo, that main square. It's built right on top of the ruins of the Templo Mayor, the heart of the Aztec Empire.
It's incredible how they've preserved that history, right?
It is.
Wander Mexico suggests visiting the Templo Mayor Museum, where they have all these artifacts unearthed during the Zocalo's excavation. It's like this tangible link to the past.
That's a fantastic suggestion. I'm always drawn to places where you can literally feel the layers of history beneath your feet.
Me too.
And speaking of art and history, the book recommends the Frida Kahlo Museum for a glimpse into the life and work of this iconic Mexican artist.
Oh, it's a must visit for sure, especially if you're into art. Wander Mexico describes it as this deeply personal experience. You step into Frida's world and it just makes such an impact. Even today, her art and her life.
It's definitely going on my list. Now, if you need a break from all that urban energy, Wander Mexico highlights Chapultepec Park.
Oh, what a place.
It's this huge green oasis right in the heart of the city.
It's amazing how they've managed to keep this tranquil space amidst all the hustle and bustle. Did you know it's actually even bigger than Central Park in New York City?
No way.
Yeah, and it's got a rich history too, dating back to the Aztecs. It's in Wander, Mexico.
I had no idea. Sounds like the perfect place to escape the city buzz for a bit. Okay, so we've talked about the geographic contrast, the historical contrast, mountains to ancient ruins. But what about those hidden gems the book talked about, those Pueblos Mágicos?
Oh, those are special. Wander Mexico has a whole chapter dedicated to the Pueblos Mágicos, which is actually a program that highlights these charming small towns all over Mexico.
I love that concept. It's like stepping off the well-worn tourist path and discovering these little treasures.
Exactly.
What kind of places are we talking about?
Well, the book mentions San Miguel de Allende, for example, cobblestone streets, vibrant art scene, haven for artists and expats,
Yeah.
and then there's Texco.
Texco.
Yeah. A town clinging to the side of a mountain. It's famous for its silver mining heritage. You can walk through workshops and watch artisans craft this incredible silver jewelry.
It's like stepping back in time.
It is. And Wander Mexico makes this great point, which is that these towns offer you a chance to slow down, connect with locals, and really experience those authentic Mexican traditions.
I love that. What else?
Well, they also talk about Tepoztlán. It's nestled in a valley at the foot of this dramatic cliff known for its pyramid and bohemian atmosphere. Imagine hiking to the top of Tepozteco Mountain, where there's a pyramid dedicated to the Aztec god of Pulque.
Wow.
It overlooks the town, and you get these breathtaking views.
Okay, I'm picturing myself exploring those charming streets, maybe even trying some pulque, the traditional Aztec drink.
You have to.
It's all about immersing yourself, right?
It is. Speaking of immersive experiences, we can't forget about the food. Oh, the food.
Right. Wander Mexico devotes a whole chapter to the amazing culinary scene in Mexico.
More than just food, though. It's about the whole experience.
Right.
Imagine strolling through this bustling market, the aroma of spices in the air, colorful produce piled high, vendors calling out their wares.
Okay, now I can hear the sizzling of street tacos. I can taste those fresh salsas.
Yeah.
The book talks about how diverse Mexican cuisine is, all those bold flavors, fresh ingredients.
It really is. Wander Mexico says, go beyond the familiar, Branch out and try the regional specialties.
It's like what?
Like Oaxacan mole, this incredibly complex sauce with layers and layers of flavor. Or Yucatan cochinita pibil, which is slow-roasted pork marinated in citrus and achiote paste.
Oh, wow.
It just melts in your mouth.
And, of course, we can't forget Jalisco's tequila. The book even suggests a visit to a tequila distillery to learn about the traditional process, maybe even do a tasting.
It's all about those immersive experiences. Wander Mexico really drives that point home.
That's what makes travel so memorable, right? It's not just seeing the sights, it's tasting the flavors, smelling the aromas, feeling the pulse of the place.
Exactly. They even suggest taking a cooking class to learn how to make authentic Mexican meals. Imagine going home and wowing your friends with your newfound culinary skills.
Now, that's a souvenir worth bringing back. Okay, so we've covered a lot. Bustling cities, charming small towns, stunning beaches, mouth-watering food. But I feel like there's more to uncover, right? Wander Mexico surely has more up its sleeve.
You're absolutely right. We've barely scratched the surface. Remember those natural attractions we touched on earlier? There's a whole chapter dedicated to them, and it's just as captivating as everything else we've talked about.
All right, let's keep going then. What other wonders await in Wander Mexico?
So Wander Mexico, it takes you beyond those well-trodden paths, right into the heart of Mexico's natural wonders. Think canyons, like rivaling the grandeur of the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
Incredible underwater cave systems. They're called cenotes.
Cenote.
Yeah. And these breathtaking gorges carved by these powerful rivers. It's like Mother Nature was just showing off when she made Mexico.
That's quite the image. I'm really intrigued by those cenotes, though. What are they exactly? What makes them so special?
So cenotes are these incredible sinkholes, often filled with this crystal clear fresh water.
Wow.
And they were actually considered sacred by the ancient Maya. They believed they were gateways to the underworld.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Wander Mexico describes swimming in a cenote as like an otherworldly experience. You know, you've got sunlight filtering through the water, illuminating these intricate rock formations below.
It sounds magical. And it's fascinating how these natural wonders often have this deep cultural and spiritual significance. Like, it adds another layer to the whole experience, you know?
Totally. And the book doesn't just describe the scenery, it talks about all the adventure travel opportunities.
Oh, cool.
Hiking through Copper Canyon, for example, which is actually the largest canyon system in North America.
I had no idea.
Ziplining through lush rainforests, exploring those mystical cenotes. It's just, sounds incredible.
Okay, I am adding cenote exploration to my itinerary. What about for people who prefer to keep their feet on solid ground, though? Any suggestions for hiking enthusiasts?
Well, Wander Mexico talks about these diverse hiking trails, you know, all throughout the country and for all levels. So you could have these leisurely walks through pine forests in the mountains.
Sounds nice.
Or you could do these challenging ascents to volcanic peaks. They even suggest a hike through the Sumidero Canyon.
The what?
The Sumidero Canyon, it's this breathtaking gorge carved by the Grijalva River in Chiapas. Picture this. Towering limestone cliffs rising thousands of feet above you as you cruise along the river below.
Oh, wow. That sounds amazing. What about this rise in ecotourism and conservation efforts that the book mentions?
Yeah, Wander Mexico really emphasizes, you know, this growing awareness of protecting these natural treasures, but still allowing people to experience them, but responsibly. It highlights eco-friendly accommodations,
That's good.
community-based tourism initiatives, even responsible wildlife watching tours, so you're minimizing the impact on the environment.
It's encouraging to see that they're taking steps to preserve these natural wonders, you
Yeah.
know, for future generations to enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, hit me with some more rapid-fire facts from Wander Mexico. What else is cool about Mexico?
Well, let's talk about festivals.
Oh, yeah.
Mexico loves to celebrate, and there are festivals happening practically year-round, each with its own unique traditions and vibrancy.
Right. I remember the book had a whole section on festivals. I was really intrigued by Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. It's less about mourning and more about celebrating the lives of loved ones who've passed.
Exactly. It's this beautiful mix of indigenous traditions and Catholic beliefs. Families, they create these altars. They're adorned with marigolds, photos, the favorite foods of their departed loved ones.
It's a beautiful way to honor those who've passed.
It is. They believe the spirits return to visit during this time, and it's a joyous occasion, full of music, food, and remembrance.
That sounds so special, a really unique and moving experience.
Yeah.
What other festivals are there?
Oh, so many, like Guelaguetza in Oaxaca, for example.
De la Getza.
Yeah, it's a celebration of indigenous culture. They have these incredible traditional dances, and each region of Oaxaca showcases its own unique dances, costumes, music. It's this explosion of color and tradition.
I love how Wonder Mexico highlights these cultural experiences. It's not just about seeing the sights, it's about immersing yourself in the heart and soul of the place.
Absolutely. And of course, you can't forget about Carnival. It's this massive party that happens before Lent with parades, elaborate costumes, just pure joy. It is. Wander Mexico describes it as a time when everyone just lets loose and the streets are alive with music and celebration.
What about those hidden gems?
Oh, you want a hidden gem?
Always up for discovering those off-the-beaten-path treasures.
Well, Wander Mexico talks about Isla Holbox.
Isla Holbox.
Isla Holbox. It's this little island off the Yucatan Peninsula. It's basically a Caribbean paradise. Picture pristine beaches, swaying palm trees, turquoise waters teeming with marine life.
Sign me up. What makes it so special, though?
It's known for its laid-back vibe, car-free streets, and incredible wildlife. It's especially whale sharks.
Whale sharks.
Yeah. Wander Mexico says swimming alongside these gentle giants is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Whale sharks. Okay, that's officially on my list. What else is hidden in these pages?
Well, they also highlight Bacalar.
Bacalar, where's that?
It's a town in Quintana Roo, famous for its lagoon of 7 colors.
The Lagoon of 7 Colors. Why is it called that?
I think you can guess. The water has these incredible shades of blue and green, caused by the varying depths and this white limestone bottom.
That sounds stunning. I can already picture myself kayaking through those crystal clear waters, surrounded by those vibrant colors.
Wander Mexico describes Bacalar as a hidden gem, a tranquil escape from the more crowded tourist spots.
I love those tranquil escapes.
It's perfect for swimming, snorkeling, kayaking, or just soaking up that natural beauty.
It's all about finding those hidden pockets of paradise. So it seems like Mexico is all about diverse landscapes and experiences, right?
Absolutely. To wrap up our whirlwind tour of Wander Mexico, the book offers these practical tips for planning your trip.
Oh, God.
Covers everything from transportation and safety,
That's important.
local customs, even the best times to visit different regions. Like, they suggest visiting northern Mexico in the spring or fall
Okay.
for more pleasant temperatures and fewer crowds.
That's super helpful. It's like having a personal travel planner right there in the book.
Mm-hmm.
What other practical tips did you find helpful?
Wander Mexico really stresses the importance of learning some basic Spanish phrases,
Right.
even just simple things like hola or gracias. It goes a long way in showing respect and connecting with the locals.
Yeah, I agree.
It also suggests using ATMs to get the best exchange rates
It's good to know.
and being aware of common scams, like taxi drivers overcharging tourists.
Always good to be prepared. Speaking of being prepared, Wander Mexico also talks about the cultural nuances of Mexico, right?
Yes, it highlights the importance of understanding and respecting local customs.
Right.
For example, Mexicans are generally very warm and welcoming, but they also value politeness and formality.
Okay.
So they suggest avoiding wearing revealing clothing in churches or religious sites and being mindful of personal space.
It's all about being a respectful and responsible traveler, right?
Exactly. Wander Mexico emphasizes the importance of cultural sensitivity and leaving a positive impact on the places you visit.
Okay, so we've covered a lot, from those practical planning tips to the rich cultural experiences.
It's been a journey.
But I'm sensing there's more to discover in Wander Mexico.
Oh, definitely. There's a whole chapter on those hidden gems we talked about, the off-the-beaten-path destinations.
Oh, tell me more. I'm ready to delve into those hidden corners of Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more about those hidden gems. What kind of off-the-beaten-path treasures does Wander Mexico reveal?
Well, it talks about this magical town called Real de 14.
Alicators.
Yeah. It's high up in the mountains in San Luis Potosi.
Okay.
It used to be this booming silver mining town back in the day, but then it was abandoned and kind of forgotten.
The ghost town.
Almost. It's had this resurgence recently, though. Artists, spiritual seekers, adventurers, they've been drawn to its mystical energy and this kind of like otherworldly beauty.
It sounds like a step back in time, but with a modern twist.
Yeah, exactly. And the book describes Real de 14 as a place where you can disconnect, from the modern world.
Right.
Reconnect with nature and yourself. It's accessible only by this single cobblestone road. Yeah, and it tunnels through a mountain. So you're surrounded by these dramatic landscapes, and the town itself has these narrow streets, adobe houses, and a real sense of tranquility.
Okay, I'm picturing myself wandering through those cobblestone streets, soaking up the atmosphere.
Yeah.
What else does Wander Mexico recommend?
Well, for those who crave adventure, they highlight this place called El Chico National Park.
El Chico.
Yeah, it's in Hidalgo, and it's known for its incredible rock formations. They're perfect for rock climbing and rappelling.
Oh, wow.
Wander Mexico talks about how you can scale these towering peaks
That's intense.
and then rappel down into these lush canyons. It's a real test of skill and courage.
Okay, I'm all for adventure, but that might be a bit too much for me. Any hidden gems that are a little more, shall we say, grounded?
Okay, what about Grutas de Rantontongo?
Grutas de Tolantongo. Okay, what is that?
It's in Hidalgo, too, and it's famous for its thermal springs.
Thermal springs.
Yeah, but they're not your average hot springs. Wander Mexico describes this place as a natural water park.
A water park.
Yeah. The springs cascade down these cliffs, forming these natural pools, waterfalls, and even these grottos.
Wow.
So you can relax in these warm, mineral-rich waters, swim under waterfalls, explore these hidden caves. It's like something out of a dream.
Okay, I'm definitely adding Grutas de Tolantongo to my list. That sounds like a perfect blend of relaxation and adventure. So Wander Mexico has really opened our eyes to the incredible diversity of Mexico,
Hasn't it?
from those iconic destinations to those hidden gems.
It's been a journey.
It really has.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, I have one more question. We've covered so many amazing places, from bustling cities to tranquil beaches, vibrant festivals to natural wonders. How can someone possibly choose where to start? It's almost overwhelming.
Right. Wander Mexico offers some really good advice on that. It stresses the importance of starting with your interests.
Okay.
What are you passionate about? What kind of experience are you seeking? Are you drawn to history, art, food, adventure?
Some questions.
Once you know what sets your soul on fire, you can narrow down your options. And then the book says, think about your travel style. Do you like to plan everything meticulously?
Right.
Or are you more spontaneous, a go-with-the-flow type? That'll help you decide how much structure you want in your itinerary.
That's a great point.
And then Wander Mexico suggests starting with one region and really exploring it in depth. Don't try to see everything at once. Savor the experience. Get lost in the back streets. Connect with the locals. Really immerse yourself in the culture.
I love that approach. It's not about checking things off a list.
Right.
It's about creating memories and having those meaningful experiences that stay with you long after you've returned home.
Absolutely. Mexico is a country that invites you to slow down, savor the moment, and let the magic unfold. So trust your intuition, follow your heart, and get ready for an incredible adventure.
Wander Mexico has given us a fantastic starting point, a treasure map of sorts, to embark on our own Mexican explorations. I think what resonates most with me is that idea of embracing the journey, allowing ourselves to be surprised, to be open to those unexpected encounters, to those flavors, those colors, those moments that make a trip truly unforgettable.
That's the beauty of travel, isn't it?
It is. It's those unscripted moments, the ones we can't plan for, that often become the most cherished memories. So, to everyone listening, if Mexico hasn't already called to you, let this be your invitation. It's a country brimming with history, culture, natural beauty, and adventure. Start planning your own Mexican escapade and get ready to experience the magic firsthand. Until next time, happy